Welcome to Hot Drama TV.
Song Zu'er's beauty is a natural gift. Bone structure as the foundation, aura as the soul. In an entertainment industry where aesthetics often converge, Song Zu'er's looks have always remained unmistakably recognizable. They withstand the scrutiny of 8K unedited photos and shift effortlessly across styles. This allure comes from superior natural bone structure, refined through discipline, and elevated by a unique personal presence. Her beauty is rooted first and foremost in what fans call a nuwa, showing off her skill's level of bone structure. An oval face paired with a high cranial crown and full temples creates the ideal head, wraps the face base, allowing her to look delicate and compact whether she wears a high ponytail or a classical updo. The angles formed by her brow bone and nasal bridge give her features a sculptural sharpness. Her nose line is clean and defined, and her side profile, with a 142-degree facial convexity, rivals that of a classical statue. A short philtrum and slightly upturned nose tip add youthful charm and agility. Her jawline is sharp without being harsh, and her cheekbones are subtly prominent without flaring outward. Strong enough to support soft tissue and resist aging, yet gentle enough to preserve girlish softness. This bone structure, where heroism and sweetness coexist, allows her to embody both sweet period drama heroines and commanding, elegant women with equal ease. The refined harmony of her features further amplifies this advantage. Her round, bright almond-shaped eyes, slightly lifted at the outer corners, balance innocence with a hint of sly intelligence, brimming with vitality in every glance. Her full M-shaped lips naturally convey softness. When she smiles, faint dimples and her signature little tiger tooth appear, instantly softening the sharpness of her bone structure. When her lips rest slightly downward, a note of stubborn resolve emerges, creating a layered, story-rich beauty. Her porcelain-like skin, meanwhile, is the result of extreme self-discipline. Drinking 2,000 milliliters of warm water daily, practicing year-round sun protection, and maintaining yoga and Pilates routines to boost circulation, keeping her complexion naturally luminous and hydrated. Body management is an essential extension of her aesthetic. Rejecting unhealthy thinness, she shapes a figure that is slim yet strong through scientific training. Her self-designed core workouts, Pamela Refab routines, and aerial yoga sculpt a firm waist and hips, while her shoulder and neck lines remain long and graceful like a crane's. Even when transforming for roles, she adheres to the principle of eating well before slimming down, relying on balanced, high-protein meals instead of extreme dieting. This healthy approach gives her beauty a sense of vitality and longevity. Even more admirable is her ability to master diverse fashion styles. On the red carpet, a red backless gown highlights her bold radiance, while a silver crystal-embellished dress turns her into a real-life mermaid. Off-duty, minimalist elegant heiress looks exude refined texture, while sweet floral dresses showcase her playful impish charm. Unconfined by any single aesthetic, her fashion expression remains fresh and multidimensional. From the spirited Neza of her child actor days to today's visual powerhouse among the post-95 generation, Song Zu'er's beauty has never been merely skin-deep. Natural bone structure gives her confidence, disciplined self-care sustains it, and the confidence and liveliness she radiates from within elevate it, creating a beauty that is both strikingly impactful and warmly approachable, truly one of a kind in the Chinese entertainment industry. Building on that foundation, Song Zu'er's beauty goes beyond measurable standards and gradually transforms into an aesthetic with emotional depth. It is not the kind of beauty that overwhelms at first glance, but one that grows more captivating the longer you look, beautiful not only to see but to remember. It lingers in the viewer's mind as a distinctive imprint, unmistakably her own. What elevates Song Zu'er beyond the category of a perfectly proportioned beauty is the living quality of her aura. Her eyes are never empty or manufactured, as is often the case with overly sculpted faces. Instead, they are always expressive. At times they appear clear and innocent, at others resolute and strong, and sometimes gently dreamlike. This emotional authenticity allows her face to tell stories. Every frame feels like a quiet narrative, every expression leaving a lingering resonance. In Song Zu'er, one sees a rare convergence of classical Eastern elegance and modern sensibility. She can step into historical settings, dressed in traditional costume, without being overshadowed by the styling. On the contrary, she evokes the refined beauty of women in classical ink paintings, graceful, vivid, and soulful. Yet in contemporary life, she embodies the confidence of a modern young woman, poised and energetic, unafraid of the camera or the crowd. This seamless transition never feels forced, because it comes from inner strength rather than surface-level styling. Even more precious is the human warmth carried within her beauty. She is neither distant and untouchable like a flawless doll, nor overly eager to please through exaggerated expressions. Instead, she offers just the right degree of closeness, like morning sunlight, gentle rather than blinding, yet warm enough to be felt. This balance makes it easy for audiences to relate to her, to connect emotionally, and to willingly follow her growth through each stage of her journey. In an entertainment industry increasingly driven by formulas, Song Zu'er represents a kind of beauty that cannot be replicated. Her appeal does not rely solely on makeup, filters, or fleeting trends, but on natural structure, disciplined living, and a healthy, grounded mindset. It is a beauty capable of aging gracefully, growing richer, deeper, and more powerful with time. Ultimately, what remains with Song Zu'er is not merely the fact that she is beautiful, but the vivid sense of a person fully alive. A beauty that breathes, moves, and evolves with time without losing its core identity. And it is precisely this quality that allows her not only to shine in the present, but also to hold the potential to become a lasting aesthetic symbol. One whose beauty is not consumed by time, but refined and elevated through lived experience. Beyond aesthetics, Song Zu'er's beauty also carries a quiet sense of character and intention, something that cannot be styled or rehearsed. It is reflected in the way she holds herself, calm yet alert, gentle yet resilient. There is no urgency to prove beauty, no anxiety about being seen. Instead, there is a natural ease that suggests self-acceptance. This inner stability gives her outward beauty a sense of grounding, making it feel trustworthy rather than fragile. Her appeal also lies in the contrast between stillness and movement. In static images, her bone structure reads as precise and sculptural, almost like a work of art frozen in time. Yet once she moves, turning her head, smiling, speaking, or performing, the sharp lines soften, replaced by liveliness and warmth. This duality allows her to shine both in high-fashion editorials that demand presence and in film and television, where subtle motion and emotional nuance are essential. As an actress, this quality of beauty becomes a powerful narrative tool. Her face does not dominate a role. Instead, it serves the story. She can disappear into a character without losing her individuality, allowing audiences to focus on emotion rather than appearance alone. This is a rare advantage in an industry where striking looks often overpower performance. In Song Zu'er's case, beauty enhances expression rather than limiting it. There is also a sense of youth that is not rushed. She does not burn brightly and briefly, nor does she rely on exaggerated maturity to appear convincing. Her growth feels organic, each stage of life naturally reflected in her image. This patience with time allows her beauty to unfold gradually, creating anticipation rather than fatigue, and leaving space for evolution rather than stagnation. Ultimately, Song Zu'er represents a kind of modern beauty that moves away from excess and toward authentic presence. It is not about perfection, but about coherence, between face and spirit, discipline and freedom, softness and strength. In a world increasingly saturated with similar faces and manufactured allure, her beauty stands as a reminder that the most enduring attractiveness comes from harmony within. And it is this harmony that ensures her charm will not fade with trends, but continue to resonate long after the spotlight shifts.